Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. I haven't done a video in a long time, so I just felt like doing one today. Usually I have something really specific in mind before I go to film a video, but today is a little bit different. I just want to kind of go with the flow. I have a few points that I would like to make and things I'd like to share today, but we're going to go with the flow. I'd like to introduce you to this new deck by Doreen Virtue called Archangel Gabriel Oracle Cards. Archangel Gabriel is one of my favorite angels, if it's even right to say that. Some people say that it's Gabriel instead of Gabriel, like more of a feminine energy, but it's all open I can't even speak. It's all open to interpretation is what I'm trying to say. And Gabriel oversees creativity and writing and really helps artists such as myself, so that's why I was really excited to get this new deck, and I got it last week. So I'm just going to pull one card from this deck and pull another card from another deck, and then go into a few of the messages, just some of the life lessons I've been learning. I feel like it's helpful for me, but maybe it's helpful for you as well. When I share my experiences, it helps me to share it, and it'll help you, hopefully, to hear about it and to connect and to relate as well. And I think that's a big part of my mission in this lifetime, my purpose, and part of me being an artist as well, is connecting with people. And that sounds like such a simple thing because we interact, or we're supposed to interact with humans daily, and that seems to be a normal thing to do in the workplace or if you go to school and all these things. But I honestly feel like it's different for everybody. Everybody has a different kind of social life. And to be honest, I feel like my whole life I never really had a normal, quote-unquote, social life. And who's to say what is? Because again, we all have a different type of social life. And personally, I've noticed that it's not only in adulthood that I don't really have much of a social life. It's not because I graduated from school, from college 5 years ago and have entered the real world and have entered my career, because I think maybe that's part of it, but honestly, when I think back to even when I was in college or when I was in high school or even when I was in elementary school, after school, I never really had tons of friends over. I was never really out and about to the extent of not having time for myself. I always had a lot of time to be alone, which maybe to some people is weird or not normal, and I can even judge it as that, to be honest, but it's kind of the way my life has always been. And I've always felt like, as an old soul and as someone that is on an ascension spiritual path, I never really felt like I fit in to any particular group or clique, if you will, from the time I was a child till still today, in my 20s. So who's to say what's right or wrong? I don't know where I was going with that, but basically, that's how I've been feeling. And I was thinking about this today, how interesting it is that as an artist and as an entrepreneur and as a light worker and a spiritual guide, if you will, being all of these things is what makes me feel most connected to myself, to my higher self, to source, to spirit, to God, to the universe, to whoever you'd like to refer to the energy of love and light, essentially, is what I'm trying to get at here. But it's interesting because in being all these things, it can also make me feel the most alone. And it's not that being spiritual or being an artist is lonely, but I feel like I'm around a lot of people lately that are not bad people at all, but they're just on a different path, or they're at a different, it's like they're just on a different level. And I'm not talking about higher or lower by any means, because we're all equal beings, but we are all taking different paths in life, and our roads cross for a reason. But it doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to be up to speed where you are and taking the same detours, if you will. So a lot of the times, I heard this analogy recently from my friend Shelley Young, who works a lot with Archangel Gabriel. You should check her out, Trinity Esoterics, by the way. I'll put the link in the description. She does amazing channeled readings with Gabriel. Anyway, basically, she had channeled this message from Gabriel recently, saying that a lot of times, we're all on the same path, and it's like we're on a highway, and sometimes it's like some people are walking and some people are driving really fast in race cars, and I feel like I'm one of those people, and my life is constantly changing and growing and evolving, and people never stay, and situations never stay, and I'm always moving, and I'm always traveling, and I'm always, alone. So it's an interesting life to live, and I understand completely how isolating it can feel, and how lonely it can feel, and how depressing it can be at times. Something that's really helping me, and I think it will help some of you as well, is this book as well. Don't Let Anything Dull Your Sparkle. It's by Doreen Virtue, of course, one of my favorite people, favorite authors, favorite teachers in the spiritual community. Just started reading it the other day. It's about breaking free from negativity and drama, but also I think is really interesting how it's very scientific, and it goes into the psychology behind why we are so inclined to get addicted to this sense of depression, to get addicted to this sense of isolation, and to kind of crave it in a weird way. I was gonna say like a masochist, like you kind of like the pain, and it's kind of a weird thing to think about. But in this book, she's going into details about why, and to not really blame yourself for it, but to understand the science of what happens on a cellular level. And when you experience trauma, it's linked with wanting to experience drama again and repeating old patterns and stuff like that. So anyways, I can go on about that forever, but let's get to the card from Gabriel, which is Stay True to Yourself. This has been coming up for me so much lately. And I just got this deck, but this has come up for me multiple times. Don't compromise or water down your ideas. Listen to, trust, and follow your inner voice. So I think this is really interesting because I was just talking about how lonely it can feel. And I know there's that saying, it's lonely at the top, but like I said, it's not about being at the top or being at the bottom. It's about being where you are and trying to honor where you are, and honor and respect and have compassion for other people where they are as well. It's not about I'm right, you're wrong, I'm here, you're there, this is better, this is worse. It's very like egoic thoughts when you start getting into that stuff. It's black or white, it's this or that, it's easy, it's hard, it's just like the complete opposites. And it's not necessarily that way. Like, it is what it is. Things just are the way they are. And you are the way you are for a reason, and I am the way I am for a reason as well. We are perfect as we are, and it's so easy to get caught up in comparing ourselves and thinking that we should have a bigger social life and all this stuff, which I was talking about earlier. But it's like, in reality, I'm a lot more sensitive to the energies of the cosmos, the energy, like just the energy of the planet, the collective energy that we're all feeling. There's still a lot of fear going on right now, and certain attacks going on, and there's just like a lot of like fear-based stuff. And when that happens on a mass scale, on a global scale, it's also going on in our personal lives as well. So, as much as I am looking around me lately and seeing a lot of students in this new area that I'm living in, seeing people that are very active and on the go, and there's nothing wrong with that. In a way, I thought there was something wrong with me because I don't live like that. I've really pushed it too far, and I've been pushing 125% every day, or more, to be honest, trying to figure out a schedule and a new balance for me. And I think I've been pushing too much. And to be honest, my schedule and my day looks a lot different than a lot of people's as a full-time artist. And I've really struggled with the fact that some people just don't understand me and don't understand what my schedule consists of. And the thing is, it's not my job to prove to everybody what I'm doing all the time, and not everyone is going to understand what my life purpose involves, what my path is like, and what it looks like, and what it feels like. And And that's why it can feel really isolating, because I feel like there's just a lot of people surrounding me right now that are on totally different paths. And it's not that their path is wrong, it's not that my path is wrong. I can just feel like there's a really big disconnect. And it can feel like I'm not doing something right, or I'm not doing enough. Meanwhile, I'm like overly pushing just for the sake of pushing, just for the sake of trying to prove it to everyone else or try to prove it to myself. Just coming from the wrong space and the wrong energy, more of a fearful based thing. So I'm trying my best to clear that. But I'm human, and that's why I make these videos and stuff, and that's why I write songs, and that's why I'm vulnerable with people, and that's why I'm trying to stay true to myself and be honest, because, you know, honestly, there are some people that think that I have it all together all the time, and sometimes I think I have it together all the time, and sometimes I take myself too seriously, and it puts a lot of pressure on me to be this perfect person, and this perfectionism is a big block that I've had and that I've carried in this lifetime for the majority of my life. And it's blocking a lot of my creative flow, and it's draining a lot of my energy trying to be perfect all the time and trying to, just trying to be my idea of perfect. I'm not trying to be better than anyone else. I'm my own worst enemy at times. And I think this brings me to a quote that I wanted to mention at some point throughout this video, so I'm going to share it now. And I actually think it was from the Oracle card deck, but I'm not sure which card it was from, but it was from this deck. I wrote it down on a piece of paper and taped it to my mirror because it really resonates with me and I need to remind myself of this constantly. So here it is, it's quick. Attract your desires instead of chasing them. And I think it might have been the Law of Attraction card. It's simple, but it's so profound to me because it's so easy to come from this state that I've been going through lately of chasing my dreams or like just creating situations that are so much harder for me to go through when it's not even necessary for me to do so. And that's not to say that I'm not willing to work hard, because I'm very willing to work hard and I'm a very hardworking person. But the thing is, it's important to work hard towards your goals. It's important to work hard towards your dreams and what you want and what you desire and what you enjoy and what brings you joy and peace and satisfaction, a genuine satisfaction on a deep soul level, I feel. And I think that when you come from the wrong place, you're just creating things and you're trying to convince yourself that this is the right thing for me and I should do it because it's going to impress everyone else, or not even to impress everyone else, but I'm going to do this for me because then I can, put that on my resume, or, I don't really want to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway because it'll make me feel better. It'll prove to, like I said, it's not even a conscious thought that it's about proving it to other people, but sometimes you're doing something just for the sake of satisfying someone else, and most of the time that comes from roots, from family, growing up doing what your parents want you to do, or something along those lines. So attract your desires instead of chasing them. That requires us to be still, and that is scary for our ego, and that is scary for us to stop sometimes and to actually work on manifesting and to clear our thoughts and to get real and to get in tune with what it is we truly desire, instead of running around all day, exhausting ourselves. Been there a million times, including today. I'm guilty. I'm a human being, and the thing is, I have to let go of the guilt because I'm human and I go through these times too, guys. As much as I have so much great support around me, both in the physical reality and in the universe, I still have my times when I'm just creating stuff for the wrong reasons, and I'm making it so much harder for myself than I need to. And I am so open to trying to get into a state of attracting my desires instead of chasing them, because whatever you chase truly is going to run in the other direction. Whether you're chasing a dream job or you're chasing a relationship or a person or a place or a thing, the more you chase, it just comes from the wrong energy and it's going to run in the opposite direction. Either that or it'll come to you, but you're going to be drained and it's not going to be satisfying, and it's, it just brings you to the same point you were at in the first place, but you're just more depleted, so it's not even worth it. I'm going to pull a card as well from the Healing with the Angels Oracle cards. I think that was Doreen's first deck, and it was the first deck I had received as well as a gift. I pulled one card. Oh, it's flying. Ideas and Inspiration. I'm going to pull 2 from this deck. Ideas and Inspiration. And we'll do one more. So I'm going to read the little blurb in the book. Pay attention to new thoughts and ideas that come to you. They are seeds of magnificent co-creations with God. So this is interesting because this is about what I was, again, just saying, getting in tune with what your desires are instead of just chasing something for the sake of chasing something. God speaks to you through your thoughts, and this card shows that the angels want you to notice and follow the ideas that you have recently received. These thoughts are answers to your prayers for guidance, so please don't discount them as mere imagination. By drawing this card, the angels seek to give you confidence that you are just as capable of receiving wonderful ideas as any other child of God. That is because all wonderful ideas originate from the one divine mind of God. Since God is omnipresent, meaning everywhere, God is within you. So God's mind is continuously expressing new thoughts and ideas right inside your mind. I know some people have an issue with the word God. You can swap it for anything that resonates with you, source, universe, light, love, what have you. So again, this is about, finding stillness, because we will have great ideas and inspiration, and it will come to us when the mind is still, when we can quiet, when we can allow ourselves to relax, even if it's for 5 minutes. And in dreams as well, in your dreams, whether you're daydreaming or at night, this is when your mind is silenced and ideas can pour into you and through you, and they'll feel good, and you will be able to feel excited and know when things are the right opportunity for you, instead of coming from your mind and your ego thinking that, oh, that would be a good opportunity for me, and digging all day and exhausting yourself. And it's not really like coming from your soul. It's coming from your mind logically thinking that you're getting into something that is potentially good for you, even though you feel and you know deep down that it's probably not. The other card is Answered Prayer. So this card was saying that all of these things, these thoughts, these sparks of inspiration are coming to you through thoughts and through prayers as well. They're answered prayers. So this is a reminder that if you are feeling anything like I am right now, if you're feeling any craziness, this has to do with finding stillness. Even if it's, like I said, just for 5 minutes, it doesn't have to be a super long time. Find stillness and pray. And if you have a problem with praying, try affirmative prayers in terms of gratitude. Those are really, really powerful. Affirming and thanking the universe for what it is that you desire and acting as if you already have it. So, thank you for bringing the perfect opportunities my way. Thank you for bringing divine ideas and inspiration my way. Thank you for guiding me along the path of my life purpose. Thank you for guiding me and my soul. Thank you for helping me to clearly hear the voice of my higher self. Thank you for sending me signs, all these things. Thank you for the support. And acting as if and feeling as if you have it now in the present. Fear not, beloved one, your prayers have been heard and answered. All of your prayers are always answered. Sometimes you may not feel this way, because the answer comes in unexpected ways. Perhaps you received an intuitive feeling, or a new opportunity appears, or a book falls off the shelf. The angels answer our prayers very often by giving us ideas. Where was I? Ideas or information in these everyday ways. So that's the thing as well. Like if you pray for help, or you ask the universe for help in some way, it can come to you in an idea randomly. But again, you have to be in a state where you're clear enough to hear it and willing to hear it and not dismiss it. By drawing this card, the angels request that you be extra observant. Notice everything that you hear, say, think, and feel, and be especially alert to help that comes your way. And be sure to accept that help. You do deserve this assistance, and many times God enlists people to act as earth angels who bring you answers to your prayers. So basically, we have here, stay true to yourself, follow your ideas and inspirations, because those are the answers to your prayers. Remember that you and I and everyone, we all have the capability, we all have the ability to tune into what is truly right for us, to what our soul calling is, to get in alignment with our life purpose. It's just a matter, I think, of just taking time to stop and breathe and focus. Meditate when possible, pray, focus on gratitude. Perhaps write down what your real intentions are, what your real goals are, what it is that you really desire. Instead of feeling like, like I was describing earlier, feeling really isolated and getting lost. And the thing is, it's important also, I think, and I've read this before, that sometimes the angels advise us to not overly share what our biggest dreams and hopes and intentions are. Not out of fear, but because it's basically like a gestation process. It's like creating a baby, and when you're pregnant for the first few months, it's a very fragile thing, and the baby is in a fragile state, and it's the same for creating a new project or creating some sort of new idea. These things are really fragile and need to be treated with as much love and tender care as possible. And though it can feel like no one understands your grand vision, or I can get like that too. I can feel like no one understands and no one sees the visions that I see for myself and all these things. But it's like, it's not about that anyway. It's about really loving yourself and accepting yourself unconditionally. You can call on Mother Mary. She's been helping me a lot lately. It's about you believing in you enough and trusting that the right opportunities will come to you at the right time. It's about that more than, trying to tell everybody your biggest dreams and having some of them doubt you and bash them and have some of them support you. But you're getting mixed energies, and it's getting mixed in with what is so sacred and so special within you, which is your soul and your life purpose and your mission. And it's not anyone else's job to fully support you 100%. And though it's great to have support from friends and family and partners and stuff like this, but it's like, no matter what, at the end of the day, if you're not supporting yourself, then no matter how much someone else is supporting you, it's never going to be enough. And guess what? If they leave one day, or someone's not available and they're not there to support you, and you're not able to support yourself, then that's where the issue lies, in truth. So this is really about, I guess, us loving and accepting ourselves as we are in this current moment, not just where we're going to be in 5 days or 5 years or whatever. And it's really about accepting and embracing who we are now, what we're feeling now, allowing what we're feeling now, and just trying to stay in a flow of these new ideas that are coming, and trusting that it's safe for us to be ourselves, and it's okay that we're different, and it's okay that we don't fit in, and it's okay that not everyone understands us or our path, and just trusting, like I said, that the right things are always going to come through if you keep the faith. And it's about keeping the faith, because, as I'm reminded lately, we're not really fully in faith when we're digging and we're pushing really, really hard to make things happen, when we are like grouping onto things out of control. You know, we can act, of course, take action towards our dreams and our goals, but at a certain point, you really need to just let go and surrender and pray and ask for help and trust the guidance that you're receiving and trust the inspirations and trust that things will fall into place. So attract your desires instead of chasing them is the main message today. I hope that this has helped someone out there. I know it's a lot of information at once, and I don't really know why I was guided to make this today. It could just be for me, but it could also be for you. So hopefully it resonates with someone out there. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Happy 2016. Hopefully I will make another video soon, and we'll talk soon. Bye.